There's a big difference between the asking price and the base price of a property when it comes to new construction. Let's break it down so we could actually fully understand what we're paying for and if we're overpaying or underpaying. Let's talk about it. I recently had a customer, which actually met me from YouTube, ask me, hey Demi, we're looking in this area and we see this base price, but we see that their asking price is $100,000 more than their base price. Like, why is it like that? We might as well just build from scratch. Well, there's a big difference between the two. The asking price is most likely for a spec'd out home where the builders have already created everything that they want within that home. So they've made selections such as maybe a gourmet kitchen or elevated countertops, elevated flooring. So they've already made the decisions for you, which means also they've decided the location for you. So there's a couple things that go into that asking price that not a lot of people know about because it's not explained. I'm here to explain it. So that base level price, let's first break down that. That base level price is counting all just builder grade. That's gonna be tile floors, that's gonna be carpets that feel like they came out of Walmart's break room. It's gonna be rough. And it's not only me saying that to elevate your price, it's honestly because you guys typically like what I like, especially when you go into these model homes that look like this. How are you gonna be able to go to a builder grade? You won't be able to. And I also understand that each builder has a different grade level. So for instance, if you're looking at Riverside Homes, a level 1 for them is a Dreamfinder's level 5, just because there's different standards for different builders. They also have different base prices as well when it comes to that. Another big factor for base price is going to be based on elevation. Now, that word might be a little confusing because we think of elevation, of flood elevation, making sure that you're not in a flood zone. I'm actually talking about the face of the home, what the home looks like, the structure of it. So maybe there's an extra window on the front, or maybe it has a different peak than the other homes. Elevation has a lot to do with it as well because that can vary between $5,000 to possibly $20,000 difference, depending on which elevation you prefer the most. And that's going to be even the colors that you could pick out with if it has no stone on the front. So all of that is a factor into the base level price. Now I'll use the example that I talked to with my buyers. They were looking at a base level that was $525 for a home. And they're like, we just will take that. That sounds great. And I was like, yes, it does sound great. One, you're probably gonna spend a lot of money on upgrades after you're done with it. So we should see if we can negotiate like either a builder credit for design studio, which is typically what they offer, whether it's $20,000 towards design or $60,000 towards design. There's always ways to negotiate that if you're building from scratch, of course. Or if you're within the phase when you could actually negotiate design choices as well. But why that's so important, because she's like, I want the 525, like, why am I paying $100,000 more? Well, that asking price includes a lot. One, it includes a lot of upgrades that they've already done. So they already chose an upgraded kitchen for that property. They chose quartz countertops that are luxury, vinyl on the ground, like everything they've already chosen for them that they may have chosen anyways. That goes into the price. And another thing that no one thinks about is that the lot premium goes inside that. Now, what exactly is a lot premium? That's the location. You are paying for location, location, location when it comes to building. So if you're wanting that preserved private view, or maybe that pond view that lights up your entire house and you have that natural light coming in, those are all premiums that you're going to pay for those. Whether that be a $15,000 premium or in some neighborhoods, oh my gosh, in Reflections, it's like I think it's like $100,000 premium for some of them. It's wild. So it can really vary and really depend on neighborhood, pricing, builder, all that kind of fun stuff. But the lot premium is factored into that asking price. So yes, the base price says $525, but that's for an imaginary home not even sitting on a lot. Now, if you're really wanting more bang for your budget, I would highly recommend maybe backing up to another home is always an option. And depending on where you're at, again, what neighborhood you're in, you might have a bigger lot size, so you have still space to have your own oasis, maybe put up some trees in the back, some of those Italian spin trees. Oh, they're my favorite. But a lot of neighborhoods do put up the white vinyl fence, so then you do, or ivory, I guess, in this neighborhood, but they put up that vinyl fence, so then you do have that privacy from your neighbors as well. And then the only kind of downfall with a neighbor behind you would be if it's a 2-story neighbor and you're a 1-story, or vice versa, just the privacy purposes of that. Also, there's corner lot opportunities. So there's a lot of opportunities when it comes to that, and a lot of different price points that come to that as well. So just keep that in mind while you're looking at that base price that you absolutely love and you fell in love with. but there are things that you're gonna wanna put into that property. But that's really the difference between the base price and the asking price. And I know it's kind of confusing because no one explains that. No one explains because you're like, oh my gosh, this is our budget, it fits our budget. But then at the same time, after you put that lot premium in there, after you start actually getting the options that you want, or even just some that you kind of like, you're like, I would like at least this. By that time, you're already putting more money towards the home than the base price actually is, because you'll remember, oh no, that is a non-negotiable. That's right, like I do need to add that to that. So that's just some important things to think about when you're looking at new construction online. But honestly, you don't have to do it alone. If you have any questions about the new construction process or certain neighborhoods or certain builders and the costs that they have for their lot premiums or the costs that they also have for their base price, please reach out. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk, because there's always room for negotiation. Not kidding you, I just negotiated a killer deal for one of my clients for Trailmark, and we were able to, I mean, literally, I'm pretty sure the builder is like losing money on this because we're like so close to like what their base price is, and we're getting $10,000 towards closing costs, and we're getting appliances. So I'm super pumped for them. It's gonna be a good one. If you're new to my channel, my favorite thing to do is, of course, save you money, but also educate you about my hometown and everything that I love about it. So I'd love to connect, to share all my tips and tricks to save you money here in Northeast Florida, but also to give you a true, transparent point of view of what it's like to live here, what it's like to live here as a mom, but what it's like to live here as a local. So if you have questions specifically on St. Johns County that possibly haven't been already answered on my channel, ask me, just like I had these people ask me what's the difference between a base price and a asking price on new construction. I am happy to help. I'm happy to answer those questions, but I'm here honestly just to make becoming local a little bit easier. I'm Demi Judd with Real Broker. Until next time, I'll see ya.